Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratuše Namaha. Hare Krishna. I have a nice story to share about Sadhu Sanga. And it has a conclusion in the Chaitanya Charitamrita which I was just reading. So, once there was a dung beetle sitting, and everyone knows that dung beetles, they eat dung and they enjoy that somehow. I don't know how. But he was sitting in the dung, and then came a honeybee and said, come with me. I shall take you to a flower where you can get honey. And then the beetle is like, what are you saying? This right here is true honey. He said, no, not this. I'm talking about the real honey which is in the flower. And then the dung beetle goes, oh, ho, 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 ho. What kind of thing are you talking about? This dung is the best honey ever. Come, join me, associate with me, and enjoy it with me. So then the bee, he begged, please, just come with me to the flower. Take me to the flower. I'll help you go to that flower and taste that honey. So then the dung beetle, okay, if you insist. So then the honeybee took the dung beetle on his back and flew all the way to the flower. So then he dropped the honeybee dropped the dung beetle into the flower. So then the dung beetle, he tried a bit of the honey and he started shivering. His eyes rolled in intoxication and he looked at the bumblebee. He saw 3 of them, not only one, in intoxication. And then he was like, what is this? What is this honey? And while he was trembling in intoxication, and then the honeybee was like, I told you, you were going to have an amazing experience. I had guaranteed this. Then the dung beetle ate and ate and ate and ate that honey. And then it was evening time, so the flower closed. But he was still inside that flower, eating and eating and eating. Now that flower was in the garden of a princess who had a vow or a vrat to offer hundreds of those flowers to the feet of Lord Shiva. So she went and collected all those flowers, including the flower which the dung beetle was enjoying the honey in, and offered them to Lord Shiva. So then, the next morning, before offering new flowers to Shiva, she collected all the old flowers and threw them in the Ganga. And now this dung beetle has an overnight taste of honey, has been in the feet of Lord Shiva, and has also got a boat ride on the flowing Ganga. How fortunate is this dung beetle? So then the beetle thought to himself, how fortunate I am. There's only one reason that I could be so fortunate. Because I put faith in the words of the person who has tasted true honey, that bumblebee. Because I put faith in that bumblebee, I could have such a fortunate experience in my life. And because of that, because of his Sanga, I could have such a fortunate incident come upon me. So we are in the same situation. We are dung beetles trying to enjoy this material world. But when the devotee comes and somehow or other convinces us to go into chanting Krishna's name, to think about Krishna, and when we sit on the back of the devotees, in other words, follow the devotees' instructions and follow Krishna's name by eating the honey, we feel inner happiness. And along with that, we go at the lotus feet of Lord Shiva who is compared to devotee association, more devotee association. And then after that, because of that devotee association, he is thrown the into the Ganga, which is compared to the mercy of Krishna and his devotees. So when he's thrown, he's drowning in the mercy of his devotees, of Krishna's devotees. And because of that mercy, he is full of ecstasy and devotion. And once he's in that ecstasy and devotion, he has the power to attain Krishna Prem, the goal of life. There's also a verse which I was reading in the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which says, Sadhu Sanga, Sarva Shastra Koi, Lava Matra, Sadhu Sanga, Sarva Siddhi Hoy. And this verse says that it is the verdict of the scriptures that when one even has a moment's association with a devotee, one immediately attains Krishna, Prem, and has perfection of life just by a moment's association with a devotee. And I was inspired by Amarendra Prabhu to say this story. So all credits to him who told me, who actually instructed me through a lecture about this Puranic story. And this was an interesting Puranic story about Sadhu Sanga, so I might as well share. Hare Krishna.